Alright, hey guys, it's TJ and welcome back to another story video. So today I'm going to be telling the story of this time where I just got absolutely destroyed. It was a terrible bike accident. Like, I legit have a new permanent scar. This actually happened very recently and it just happened yesterday. So as you may or may not know, I was camping for the past couple of days. I was just out with some family, having fun, doing some camping. I mean, it wasn't really camping because to me, camping is when, you go backpacking. You bring everything you need in your backpack. You go far away from any civilization and you really don't see that many people other than the people you hiked with. So this camping was car camping, where you're in this big campsite with other random people and their RVs and cars and stuff. Really wasn't much of camping at all. So anyway, we were there and our campsite was on this big hill. It was this big hill that stretched on for a really long time. It was a very slow inclination and just went on and on and on. And at the end of it was a fork where you could go left or right. If you went right, it went into more campsites, and if you went to the left, it would go onto a road. So my two cousins brought their bikes. One of them is 8 and one of them is 10. And the 8-year-old cousin wasn't using her bike at all. So yeah, I just asked if he wanted to go for a bike ride. And he said, why don't you ride my bike and I'll ride my sister's bike? Because it would fit better. I'm much older than he is, and he's only a couple years older than his sister. So his sister's bike was still a little small for him, and his bike was, way too small for me, and that's what caused this problem. So we were riding around for a good hour. We were having a ton of fun, just going through the forest super fast, going over rocks and trees. It was really fun. We were riding around, and at that fork that I told you about earlier, my cousin was riding down, was going kind of fast, but not too fast, and took a turn, and his bike tipped over, and he got scratched up a little bit, but he was fine. He said, I'm fine, I was just going a little too fast, and we continued on. That's not the bike accident. The bike accident happened to me, and it was much worse. But then I get the bright idea to go to the top of the hill and coast all the way down it, the entire way down on this dirty, rocky path that stretched on for hundreds of feet. And so he was like, yeah, sure, good idea. So we go to the top of the hill. I'm like, all right, you ready for this? And looking down, it was terrifying, because it's just this big, long hill going down and down and down and down and down for a super long way, and nothing to stop you. Just rocks and dirt. And he was like, yeah, let's go. And so we did. I was like, all right, ready, set, go. And we go flying down the hill. It was so fun. We were going so fast because we slowly sped up and up and up and up and up, and we were just going so fast. I mean, all these adults were looking at us, and then they literally shielded their eyes because they didn't want to see what happened. And I was like, nah, we're fine, we're gonna keep on going. We're flying down. We were just going so fast. I don't know, I can't describe to you how fast I was going, but trees were just zooming by. We could see the RVs. People would look and then look away, and they were just in awe because we were just flying down this hill. And as I neared the bottom of the hill, I thought, oh, I better slow down so that I don't fall like my cousin did. And as I'm slowing down, the ground starts shaking, the birds fly away, it's dead silent in the middle of the forest where there once were a ton of campers. I look around and no one's there. And then I hear thumping behind me, and I turn around, and this 500-pound lady was running at me, just full-on sprinting. I've never seen someone that big go that fast. As she ran, the ground shook, and she just RKO'd me. She came up, grabbed me by the neck, slammed me to the ground, then threw me up and then slammed me down again, saying something incomprehensible, just yelling. I think I heard Twinkie or Donut or something in there, along with these incoherent blabbles. No, I'm just kidding. None of that happened. I don't know why the story just took that weird turn. But then I was nearing the bottom. I go to take the turn, and I'm going pretty slow at this point. I feel pretty confident that I'm going slow enough, and that what happened to my cousin won't happen to me. Spoiler alert, it did. So I'm taking the corner, I take a turn, and as I do it, the wheels just slip out right under me, and I'm going still pretty fast. Just I didn't think I was going fast enough for it to slip out, but the bike was too small for me, and it just loses control, slips out from under me, and I'm skidding across the ground for a good couple of feet. Luckily, I was wearing a helmet. I definitely recommend you guys wear a helmet, because if I wasn't wearing a helmet, it would be so much worse. I'm on the ground. I get up, immediately. It didn't hurt that bad. I just walked over, wheeled the bike back over to the campsite. My cousin's like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. And then I see I have a ton of blood gushing down my arm. There's blood on my hand and everything like that from small cuts, but on my arm was this huge cut. But I really didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was just like a big cut that was bleeding a lot. So I go over to one of the water spigots, wash it off, and underneath all the blood was this deep, thick cut. I must have landed on a really sharp rock, because it literally filleted my skin open like a fish. It was just, the skin was flayed open. It was disgusting, but I was like, wow, that's pretty deep. But luckily, my family is filled with doctors, not even kidding. There were 16 people there. I'd say about, 8 to 10 adults, and I'd say half of them were doctors. So they all surround me. They're like, all right, we're going to need this, this, and this. They pull out a first aid kit, a syringe, some stitches. They find a cactus, pull the needle off, start stitching my arm together with the cactus needle and the thread. No, I'm just kidding. They just pulled out some bandages and stuff and like bandaged it together, put a ton of gauze on it, put alcohol on it. That really hurt. But they just fixed me up, cleaned it off, and I'm alright now. It still hurts like crazy, and I'm definitely going to have a big scar. Like, I kid you not, it was super deep. I would have seen my bone, but there was too much blood squirting in my eye to see the bone at all. I'm just kidding. So it was really deep. It was filleted open, and it's definitely going to leave a scar. I'm very lucky that I don't need stitches, and I'm lucky that my family helped me, stitch it together, put it together all nice. And luckily, I'll be okay. It was definitely pretty painful when they cleaned it up because they put like alcohol cleaning stuff on it, and it was rough. But luckily, my family was there. I'm good now. It hurts if I like hit it or something, which I did, unfortunately. But and the wound kind of keeps reopening. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed that story. Wear your helmet, and I hope you guys have an awesome day. See you later.